Hey, it's me, Katie, and this week I put myself up to the challenge of listening to GABBIE HANNA'S Bad Karma. Now, if you don't know who GABBIE HANNA is, she's basically a YouTuber with over 6 million subscribers who posts dramatized storytime videos, and she has recently pivoted into music. Now, she's had the benefits and the negative side effects of releasing music in front of these 6 million pairs of eyes as a newer artist. Because even though this isn't her first song or her first EP, this is still like the start of her career. And she basically has all these critics and everything, while typically newer artists, grow and gain support as they kind of get their feet, not wet, get their footing, get the proper footing. So she's had a lot of criticism and a lot to learn from. Unfortunately, she doesn't believe in criticism and she kind of takes it more as hate. So I don't know what she'll take this as. This is just a review where I talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I think she could have changed and what worked. So let's get into it. So the first song on this EP is Glass House. And if you take this song out of the context of the rest of the EP, I think it's a good song. I love the melody of it and the production of it. I think it's probably the most catchy song on the EP. And it also paints GABBIE as this villain with the most memorable lyrics being, "In your glass house, are you ready for the fallout?" Kind of getting the listener intrigued as to what is the fallout? Why do people hate her? Like, what's going on? That kind of thing. But also, in context with the rest of the EP, sorry, I'll probably just call it an album because I keep doing that. In context to the rest of the EP, it's boring. It's introducing it and it does a good job, but as you see and as I'll explain, the rest of the songs are kind of just lesser versions of this song, so it gets kind of redundant and boring, like this next song. Bad Karma is my least favorite song on the album, and it's the song that I think does not need to be on here. It's just a watered down version of Glass House. It's basically just bad, like the hook is boring, it's just bad karma with a pitch shift, which is like, I don't know, you don't get anything out of this song. She's just basically, again, saying, you're mad, I'm not, I'm great, but I'm still gonna write a song about it. So it's like, it's just kind of petty, bitter, angry, which I said is strong in the last song, but if you're gonna do it again, it kind of makes Glass House lose its charm. So then this song also loses its charm. So it's a kind of a lose-lose. And if I was gonna redo this EP, like if I was sitting with GABBIE, I'd be like, let's take this song out because we've already written a song that villainizes you and makes the listeners curious as to what's going on in your story. So we don't need to basically reintroduce the problem again. So yeah, not crazy about not crazy about Bad Karma. I have a lot to say about this song. Now, this is Special, the third song on the EP, and basically it starts with GABBIE kind of stripping all this anger, bitterness, villainness back so you can finally see who she is, talking about anxiety, worry, not feeling special or worthy enough to be in this place in her career that she is. Kind of finally humanizing herself, because in the first two songs she kind of comes across as this character that you're not sure whether or not you should like, because so far she's just not giving you a reason. She's like, the rest of the world hates me and they shouldn't, and you're like, well, why? Would you tell me that I'm terrible is, I think, a lyric where she got honest in this song, and I liked it because I like those simple conversational sort of lyrics that aren't like painting a metaphorical picture. It's just that raw honesty of like, am I terrible? Would you tell me the truth? That kind of a thing. So I liked that line. However, sis ruined this song. I was listening to it and I actually started like getting angry. I was like, this was gonna be my favorite song probably. It was such a nice change from the complaining, the first two songs, which, no shade, it was just too much. And then this goes into her saying basically like,
you hate me because I'm rich and I'm famous and people love me. My people who love me, and people who hate me are jealous and they just want money and tea and shade.
And it's like, and then she starts saying like, I couldn't even listen really to the rest of it because she's like,
paint me as a villain, woe is me.
And I'm like, whoa, what happened? It gets angry, bitter, clout, bragging, all this like throwing at your face when it was initially this almost ballady, whispery, sad talking song where she was wearing her heart on her sleeve. And she ruined it. And I'm so mad because it just blends itself into being another song about being a villain and being misunderstood, when this song could have still been being misunderstood, but being honest, like, and being upset and being like she kind of says, is it me? Like, am I doing something wrong? And then she goes, no, I'm not. Who needs you? Which, you know, if this was the only song that did that, maybe it would be a memorable song, but it's not the only song that does that, so it's not memorable. And it goes into the list of having, she almost did it, but then she messed up. Dandelion. This was the lead single, and I personally think it was the weakest song on the EP. Now, I know I mentioned I dislike Bad Karma. I just think it was poor choice in where it was on the track list and all that stuff, and in comparison to the songs that followed, Bad Karma was not my favorite. But this song doesn't make sense. Now, the verses are talking about a very literal thing, like a flower. She's not saying she is a dandelion, she's just saying what it is. It's a weed, it's a seed, but she still likes them. Like, she still loves the mellow yellows, and they turn into balls of wishes, and she blows them away, blah, blah. But then the chorus is her saying she is a dandelion, and they can call her what they want, and they don't want her in her garden. That wasn't in the verses? So, as a story, this song doesn't make any sense. She's like, what a shame they don't look the same. Nobody said anything. Like, the mom says they're weeds, but she's like, just because they don't look the same, I'm a dandelion. And you're like, whoa. Like, I didn't understand this song. And she had mentioned that she really liked the name of this song. She named her book after it. She wanted to name herself after Dandelion. And I feel like that very much shows that this was a song that she wrote from the title, which works sometimes. Take Hayley Williams' Dead Horse from Petals for Armor that I reviewed last week. This is a song with an obscure kind of title. We know Dead Horse. And it's just Hayley Williams talking about this relationship that she should have ended a while ago, but she stayed in it. And she sang along when she shouldn't have. Check out my full review if you want to hear more about that. But I feel like that song, with its weirder title, was able to execute what Dandelion didn't, which was just kind of grabbing at anything that had to do with dandelions and sticking it in the song. Also, this song should have had a bridge. I kept listening for one to tie these two things together, but there never was one. If I am giving positives about this song, I liked the sound of it, the soft guitar and that kind of stuff, and I liked her voice when she was belting more, because a lot of these songs were like conversational, kind of regular singing, like pretty talky kind of singing, but I liked when she did more of that like belting and she didn't overdo it. So that's what I liked about this song, but overall kind of a weak song on the EP. Here is where I was feeling there was a need for a song right before the last song, Happy. If she had added some kind of song that was like the second half of that special song, like where she starts talking about embracing herself and embracing her flaws and knowing she has things to work on and knowing she has things that she can't change, that she doesn't want to change, I feel like that would help with this villain arc. Just something additional. If that special song had, like, she likes to do reprise, extended, that thing. I think if she had done like special, cut off before she said people love me and all that and just left the song sad, then did Dandelion and then had like special revisited or something and kind of just talked about how she is special and like made the songs two different thoughts, because they are. I feel like that would have really done something special. I just think that would have added something that wasn't in this EP, so take that how you will. Now, the last song, Happy. I can say I like this song because we're finally not bitter and angry anymore, and we were for 4 songs, so we went like this. I'm angry, I'm happy. So that was our arc. We didn't really go anywhere, but we got somewhere. So I can say that. Good job. We changed the topic of the song. This song kind of plays with being on like the phone, which I don't really get. It's kind of weird. I think it was because Gabbie had mentioned that she had to use more Melodyne on this song than she wanted to, so maybe that was like masking it on the phone. It's hard knowing something like that, because then it's like skewing my opinion. Was this intentional? Was this because of quarantine? I don't know, but I wasn't a big fan of that. I think the verses have good lyrics. Again, I think they paint like this nice little story, and I kind of like the simplicity and conversationalness in the chorus, just her saying that she's happy, and she really does sound happy. I at first didn't like the swearing. I think sometimes in this EP she's just swearing to swear, especially in such a positive, upbeat song like Happy, to just randomly drop curses. I was like, But it also, like I said, has a conversational, honest tone, so I think that's just how Gabbie talks, and this is just her speaking her mind and stuff, so I can't really knock her for that. So overall, I liked this song. I think it would have still been a good song to end it. It's just plugging in the pieces we could have got here better, in my opinion. Now, I understand that 5 songs is hard to do like an arc in. It's possible to have told this villain arc EP in kind of 5 songs that wasn't so this. I mean, and no one did this villainy Public Hates Me album better than Taylor Swift's Reputation, truly a cultural reset. She goes kind of from the same ready for it, angry, like they're painting me out to be kind of a villain, let the games begin, to this I found love and I'm happy in the love that I'm in. And you kind of get there in a way that's not like aggressive. It's kind of just does it in that way. Maybe it's apples to oranges because it's albums to EPs, so Taylor had more time to get there. But again, I think Gabbie could have done it. There were definitely songs on here that could have been plucked out or changed to kind of paint the picture a little better. Now, in conclusion, should you listen to Gabbie Hanna's Bad Karma? You should not. I really wanted to see if I could come around and say, you should listen to it, it's great, it's her best work, but it's not her best work, and you don't need to listen to it. You're really not missing anything by not listening to it. I'm sorry. No hate, but I do think, if Gabbie does take any of this away, there's just more storytelling that I was looking for in this album, and I was hoping that we would get something like that out of this, because, there's definitely ways to do it, and 4 songs about the same thing are boring. And that's why I had to give it a 3 out of 10, because that's as high as I could go. I liked Glass House's production, opening the album and all that stuff. I liked the first part of Special before it went off the rails, and I liked the conversational happy tone of Happy. So those bits were strong enough that I give it a 3. So what did you guys think of Gabbie Hanna's Bad Karma? Am I a bad person? Am I getting bad karma for rating it low? Did you listen to it? Are you even gonna listen to it? Let me know all that stuff below. Do you have a favorite song? Leave all that good stuff in the comments. And I hope you have a good Tuesday. I post every Tuesday and Friday, so I will see you on Friday. Bye. You thought you were something new. You thought you were worth this attention you desire. Thought you were worth walking on fire.